What's up, Juventini? Alberto here, got all your Juve news. All right, Soule getting a bunch of interest out of Germany, and the young guys in general. Are they going to be that cash cow for Juventus moving forward? We're going to take a look at the details there. Mirko Di Natale brings us Giuntoli's list from his time at Napoli, and is he going to be working off that with Juventus? And of course, Max Allegri's presser ahead of our next matchup tomorrow against Udinese. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first, we have Giuntoli's list brought to us by Mirko Di Natale, and he says these are 4 players still remaining on Giuntoli's list from his time at Napoli. You have number 1, William Saliba. Number 2, Ferdi Cadiolu. Then you have 3, Sander Berge. And number 4, Papi Diallo. So as far as Mirko Di Natale goes, because immediately people are going to say number 1, Saliba, there's no chance Juve's bringing him in, everything like that. Mirko's just simply stating that Alcaraz and Thiago Giallo were on his list from his time before at Napoli. So he is clearly keeping tabs still on players and profiles that he was monitoring during that time. He's simply stating these are 4 names he was also monitoring heavily during his time at Napoli. Of course, we can only sit around and wait and see what the future holds, but simply being noteworthy, I think it is in terms of how we could maybe move in the future. As far as our players go, Soule is getting a ton of interest out of Germany, with Bayern, Dortmund, Leipzig, and even Leverkusen all said to have eyes on the Argentine, all right? Keeping tabs on him with his value around 35 to 40 million euros. Furthermore, what Juventus is going to do is completely up in the air when it comes to the young players. All right, now what is being rumored is that Juventus could easily move these young guys to help clean up that last bit of debt that is still remaining, that number around 123 million euros. Now, with the names of 5 young guns out there, Juventus could potentially bring in 100 million euros. This is what's being reported, all right? Today, you've got Facundo Gonzalez at 8 million euros. Caio Jorge at 11 million euros. Dilhuisen at 30 million euros. Barnechea at 16 million euros. And Soule at 35 to 40. That is around 100 million euros, with all of that being as almost pure profit across the board with these players. Could Juventus be using these guys as the cash cows? As far as I'm concerned, there are a couple of names on there I would absolutely not move, okay? Facundo Gonzalez was an absolute steal with the potential that he has. At 8 million euros, there's no chance I move him. I want to see him on a Serie A loan next season before making any decisions. Huijsen, I'm not at the point of moving Huijsen, all right? A lot of money, 30 million euros for him already at this point, but I'm not there for selling him. Caio Jorge, I would sell Caio Jorge. As far as Barnechea goes, I wouldn't sell Barnechea, okay? Soule, I would sell unless Juve makes a decision on Federico Chiesa that sees him away from Turin. Then I keep Soule. So again, it's a great number, and it's very, very easy to pull this off and make these moves and have that cleanup. And this is kind of the situation Juventus is probably going to battle inside their minds. The one kicker with all these guys, they haven't been around this season or doing anything with Juventus. So will Juventus see this as that opportunity to clean up that last bit of debt, and we don't really affect our first team? Hey, we will see what happens and how they act. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this one, Juventini. And then, of course, we get to Max Allegri's press conference ahead of the game against Udinese, and he says Alexandro could play tomorrow. I fully expect Sandro to be in the lineup. Now, Allegri saying that he is going to make a decision between Yildiz and Chiesa. So, will we see this 3-4-2-1 that we were talking about? It doesn't appear that we are going to see that. Not to start anyways, because he also said that Alcaraz is fit, is available, but he's not ready to start. Didn't comment as to why he believes he's not ready to start, all right? But we could maybe see 3-4-2-1 as something we shift into in a game. Kind of like I've been saying for a while, if we're going to see any change-ups, it'll probably be in-game scenarios. So we have to just wait and see. As far as the game itself, Max simply says we have to win, not only to solidify our positions in the top four, but also to keep tight with first place. Also adding that we didn't just discover all of a sudden last night that Inter is favorites and whatnot. So Max Allegri now saying Juve does have to stay tight at the top, and he's absolutely right. Look, there will be points dropped from Inter, but it's hard to see them really slip up and cough up this title. But my God, I would love nothing more. But as I said to everybody yesterday, never bank on Roma for anything, all right? We just have to focus on ourselves and get the maximum amount of points finishing off the season and just see what happens. Guys, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about all the news you heard today and how you're feeling going into tomorrow's game. Don't forget, we're live 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, getting you hyped up for that one. Fino alla fine, Forza Juve. Ciao tutti.